HOA Karen graffiti gym wall, fined $100,000 and forced to repaint. The spray paint hissed like a snake, its red mist staining the pristine white wall of the community gym. Karen, in her neon yoga pants and self-righteous smirk, didn't even flinch as she scrawled, "My gym, my rules," in letters so bold they screamed for attention. By morning, the neighborhood would talk of nothing else. The Iron Haven Gym was a sanctuary for the residents of Oak Ridge, a small, tight-knit community where sweat and camaraderie built bonds stronger than steel. For years, it had been a haven for everyone: retirees lifting light dumbbells, teens mastering pull-ups, single parents squeezing in workouts between shifts. The gym wasn't just a place to exercise, it was a second home, funded by community donations and maintained with collective pride. But Karen, the HOA president with a vendetta against anything she couldn't control, had other plans. It started subtly. Karen had been a member for only 6 months, but her presence was impossible to ignore. She'd storm in, barking orders like a drill sergeant, complaining about the music being too loud or the weights being improperly racked. She'd lecture newcomers on proper form while doing lunges so poorly they looked like interpretive dance. Most members rolled their eyes and ignored her, but Karen wasn't one to be ignored. She wanted dominance, and the gym, neutral ground for all, was her battlefield. Her complaints escalated from grumbling to official HOA letters. She demanded the gym enforce her rules: no music after 7 p.m., no excessive grunting, and a ban on tank tops for men because they were inappropriate. When the gym's volunteer board, led by Maria, a no-nonsense single mom who'd fundraised tirelessly to keep the place running, politely declined her suggestions, Karen's face turned the color of her signature red lipstick. "You'll regret this," she hissed at Maria during a packed Saturday morning Zumba class. Her voice cutting through the salsa beat like a knife. The maw of Karen's wrath opened wide the following week. Members arrived to find their beloved gym in chaos. The walls, once adorned with motivational quotes like "strength and unity," were now a canvas of Karen's rage. Red graffiti sprawled across every surface. "My gym, my rules. No more slackers." And, most bizarrely, Karen knows best. Dumbbells were scattered across the floor, mirrors smeared with paint, and the cardio machines unplugged, their cords tangled like a child's tantrum. The community was livid. Maria, who'd poured her heart into the gym, stood frozen, her hands trembling as she surveyed the damage. "Who does this?" she whispered, tears welling. Words spread like wildfire. By noon, a crowd of gym members gathered, their anger a palpable heat. Among them was Jamal, a quiet high school senior who'd trained at Iron Haven to earn a wrestling scholarship. He stared at the defaced walls, his jaw tight. "This was our place," he said, his voice low but shaking. She had no right. Next to him, Mrs. Nguyen, a 70-year-old who'd found solace in yoga after losing her husband, clutched her gym bag. "I saved for years to help build this," she said. "This is personal." Karen's mistake was thinking she could hide, but Oak Ridge was small, and secrets didn't last. A neighbor had spotted her sneaking out of the gym at 2 a.m., paint cans in hand, her SUV parked crookedly in the lot. When confronted, Karen didn't deny it. Instead, she doubled down, standing in the gym parking lot with her arms crossed, her blonde bob bouncing as she ranted. "This place is a mess. I'm fixing it. You people don't appreciate order." Her voice was a siren, drawing more onlookers. Phones out, recording every word. The tension thickened like storm clouds. Maria stepped forward, her voice steady but sharp. "You vandalized our gym. Karen, you don't get to call it fixing. You've disrespected everyone here." The crowd murmured agreement, their phones still rolling. Karen scoffed, tossing her hair. "You can't prove anything. And even if you could, I'm the HOA president. I have authority." That's when the twist came, a twist no one saw coming. Enter Leo, the gym's unassuming janitor. He was a wiry man in his 60s, always humming as he mopped the floors, rarely speaking unless spoken to. But that day, Leo stepped into the circle, holding up a small black device, a security camera he'd installed months ago after a break-in scare. "Got it all on tape," he said, his voice calm but firm. "Every word, every spray can, every letter you painted." "Karen!" The crowd gasped, then cheered. Karen's face drained of color, her smirk replaced by a flicker of panic. The footage was damning. Projected on a laptop for all to see, it showed Karen sneaking in, her flashlight darting as she defaced the walls with glee. She laughed as she sprayed, even kicking over a weight rack for good measure. The crowd's anger boiled over. "You destroyed our home," shouted Jamal, his voice cracking with emotion. Mrs. Nguyen, usually soft-spoken, pointed a trembling finger. "You're not our leader. You're a bully." Karen's bravado crumbled. She stammered, I was just trying to make a point." But the crowd wasn't having it. Maria, now flanked by the gym's board members, announced they were pressing charges for vandalism and destruction of property. The police arrived, and Karen's protest grew shrill as they escorted her away. Her neon yoga pants a stark contrast to the gray cuffs on her wrists. The fallout was swift and brutal. The court didn't take kindly to Karen's antics. The gym's damages repairs, lost revenue from closures, an emotional toll on the community racked up a bill of $100 and $1,000. Karen was fined the full amount, her HOA savings wiped out in a single ruling. But the judge wasn't done. To drive the lesson home, Karen was ordered to repaint the entire gym herself, every wall, every corner under the supervision of the very community she'd scorned. No hired help, no shortcuts, just Karen, a paint roller, and the weight of her shame. The repainting was a spectacle. Karen, in a court-mandated jumpsuit, worked under the watchful eyes of gym members. Jamal and Mrs. Nguyen were there, offering tips with a mix of pity and satisfaction. "Don't miss a spot," Jamal said, his tone almost kind. Karen didn't respond, her face a mask of humiliation as she coded over her own graffiti. The community, meanwhile, rallied. They crowdfunded new equipment, repainted motivational quotes, and even threw a Reclaim the Gym party, complete with a banner that read, "Unity over ego." Maria gave a speech, her voice thick with pride. "This gym isn't one person's. It's ours. And no one, not even Karen, can take that away." Karen finished the repainting in 3 weeks, her hands blistered, her spirit broken. She resigned as HOA president, her reputation in Oak Ridge shattered. The gym, though, thrived. Membership surged, drawn by the story of a community that fought back. Leo, the quiet hero, was gifted a lifetime membership, his name etched on a plaque by the entrance. "For protecting our haven," it read. As the gym's walls gleamed anew, Maria posted a video online, recounting the saga. It went viral, amassing thousands of shares. At the end, she looked into the camera, her eyes warm but firm. "What do you think was justice served, or should Karen have faced more?" Share your thoughts, we're listening. The story of Karen's downfall became a cautionary tale in Oak Ridge. The gym stood stronger, its walls a testament to resilience. And Karen, she moved away, her SUV packed with what little she had left. Some say she started over in a new town, quieter, humbler. Others say she's still out there, plotting her next power grab. But in Oak Ridge, one thing was certain: the community had spoken, and their voice was louder than any spray can.